Hello, and welcome to Becoming the CEO of Your Reactions and 5 Steps to Connect. My name is Allison Livingston, and I'm glad to be here with you with another Sunday session. So, this week is on what to do after you've just had an intense, drawn out blow up with your challenging child. And this is the next step in the curriculum of how to create an emotionally safe home so that we can all thrive. Last week I spoke about how to reconnect with our deep, still waters of our values energy when we've been triggered and stressed, how to reconnect to this place that is always within us, this place of abundance. So this week, again, we're talking about once we have had that intense blow up. I'm sure all you parents listening know what I'm talking about. For me, it is when I've gotten into it with my daughter, or they've gotten into it with each other, and then I've gotten into it, and I am just vibrating with intensity. It is energy coursing through my body. It feels like this jaw. It is this reaction that I have of absolutely not feeling safe, feeling hopeless, overwhelmed, like a failure as a parent, scared, confused, and my whole body is reacting with it. It's energy. And it's big, it's strong. And so that's why I am developing this whole curriculum about becoming the challenging child whisperer, because it's hard. So I want to walk you through my repair process that I have practiced and honed because I've so needed it. So this is about how to make a repair. And when I started going through this, I realized it's not easy. So that's why we're all here. So the first thing is to, again, belly breathe and give yourself a gesture of support, because this isn't easy, and we want to support ourselves being where we are. That's the most important thing. Don't try to tell ourselves we should be able to handle this better. Our child should be able to listen to us the first time. What's wrong with our child? What's wrong with me? So it's give yourself space and compassion, because it is so not easy to parent a challenging child. So for me, the first step is always slow down and belly breathe, which gives my whole system biologically the signal that I'm not being chased by wolves. It's my daughter. We've gotten into a power clash again. My body scan is often around my jaw, around my shoulders, being super tight. This energy, just feeling hot, pressure. Again, it's just this feeling of intense energy. My broadcast is to validate my honest inner experience. Again, it's not to talk myself out of it. It's not to go into my thoughts, spin out. It's to go, wow, that was hard. I am reeling. I am shaking. That was so challenging for me. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. I love her, but right now I hate her and I want to strangle her and I don't feel safe and that's where I'm at. So just validate. That's okay. That's my experience. So what we need is a pressure release valve to get all this swirling, intense energy processed and through us. And it doesn't just go away because I want it to. Darn. I'm going to say that again. It doesn't just go away because I want it to. It is coursing within me. Our children, my child, often got through it so much quicker because they're so much more adept at expressing and experiencing their emotions for me, I have a bunch of things going through me of stop, don't feel that. That's not okay to feel. That's dangerous to feel. It's not okay to feel angry, certainly not at your child. That's wrong. So again, breathe, give yourself a break. One of the things is the two main parts that I've figured out is to, one, I need to move the energy. I need to express and move the energy, not at her or anyone else in my family, not stuffing it, repressing it. It is go for a run, put on music and move it. It's call up a friend and express, wow, I was so triggered. All my stuff was activated from my own childhood and I just lost it. So it's, again, be there. Don't try to stuff it or change it, because then it just persists and gets stronger to be reactivated later. Another part I've learned is to own my shoulds. So notice my thoughts and my story spinning out about, I should be able to handle this. She should be able to listen to me the first time. I gave her enough warning. She should be able to listen to what I told her to do. On and on and on. So just notice all of those thoughts. I have a whole process that I hope you can come to one of my classes to go through that really works. So it's do your work, practice, owning the part that you're co-creating, all the suffering. So what happened is I told her what to do and she had a huge reaction and went off and had anger and had all this energy at me. So then I didn't feel safe. And so then I had all this back at her and we did all this and it was awful. That happened, right? That is. Now what do we do? She goes to her room and does whatever her process is. I work with my own reaction and try to get back to those centered deep waters that I know are always there. And it's a process of experiencing the emotion, working with my thoughts, owning them so that I don't direct them at anyone. So often my thoughts are around lack and fear. So I don't have time for this. We're going to be late. We have to get where we're going. It's around, I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough patience. A lot around not enough, around lack. Breathe. There is enough time. I have enough resource. So that's a clue to me. Go get some more self-care. Whatever that looks like, a hot cup of tea, petting the dog, going and putting my face in the sun, listening to wind chimes, listening to birds. Again, get back to the present moment, not spinning out in my thoughts. Because otherwise, Carolyn, the controller, comes out as my old pattern of trying to keep myself safe, or Tilly, the taskmaster. Again, both are ones that my daughter will react to. So I'm not centered. I want to parent from when I'm centered. So, Cooper's calling here. Often I need to get to a place where I cry and fall apart and become a mess as a way to connect with my feelings, experience my feelings, and reconnect with the values. I'm really yearning for connection with her, for understanding, for being heard, for being seen for my intentions. And once I've been able to go through that process and I'm really at that caring, centered place of equanimity, then I know I'm ready to make a repair. Because I don't want to leave it like this, just feeling awful. So when I start to make that repair, if I have telling, teaching, and preaching come out of my mouth, stop. That means I'm actually not ready. Notice, because that'll just make it worse if I'm going under the guise of trying to make a repair and make it better and then come out with the same old telling, Tilly the taskmaster, Caroline controlling. That's going to re-trigger and have us do this. So go back and experience emotions and get my self-care and have a pressure release valve. I do know I'm ready if I'm feeling curious and caring and honestly open to what she has to say. That's when I can know that I'm parenting from this place of abundant connection. I'm connected to my limitless values energy. And that's where I want to re-engage with her. So it might sound something like this. Daughter, I wanted to check in with you. That was a really intense experience for me when we fought earlier. And that's not how I want to show up. And I just wanted to let you know that I projected a whole bunch of angst from my work stuff that's going on and from the rest of my life. And I directed it at you, and that's not how I want to show up. So, and that's not the relationship I want us to have. So I'm sorry. And I've worked with my stuff and I'm at a much better place now. And I'm really curious what's going on for you, because you don't always have that big of a response. And so I'm guessing you maybe had a really hard day, and I'd love to hear about it and just reconnect, because that's what I'm really wanting. How is that hearing? How are you hearing that? Or what do you want to say? And this often works. It often doesn't work. When it doesn't work, it's because she's not ready. So we're at a mismatch. I'm open and she's still like this. So if that's the case, then a great question is, I'm totally wanting to speak whenever you're ready. If this isn't a good time, why don't you approach me when it is a good time? That's a great thing. And that happens a lot because it's intense and they aren't done with their big emotional energy swirling in their bodies. If they, so another thing that does work is nonverbal. They're not ready to hear, she's not ready to hear my words, but she's ready for a back rub or a foot massage or me just sitting close to her and us just being there together and me saying, I'm not sure if you're ready, but I've done a lot of thinking and I really want to apologize and hear what's going on for you. So if you're not ready, we can just sit here for a few minutes. The key is to help them feel safe to express and share what's real for them. And if they express what's real for them and I get activated again, they're going to shut down and not express anything. They're going to learn that it's not safe and it's better to keep it all inside. And that's not what we want. So the other thing is to translate their defensive reaction, if they're still defensive and on the attack, to that they're really just yearning for power in their world and a safe place to be who they are, what they are right then. And for me not to take it personally. So, and if I've taken it personally and reacted, because that's been our pattern for years, which it took her a long time to trust that I was authentic and really curious about what she wanted to say instead of ready to react again. So I just want to encourage you to keep working with this and to keep reconnecting with your values energy that is limitless, because connecting with them is priceless. I want to leave you with my mantra, which is the key is not to pretend that everything is fine, that you don't feel what you feel, to fake it. Your kids can read your nonverbals. They know. Instead, have the courage to be real, to be where you are. So thanks for listening. Have a great week practicing reconnecting to the still pond within you by experiencing your emotions, owning your thoughts, and then approaching your child with curiosity and care to make a repair. You'll never regret it. And it's never too late to make a repair. Could be a day, could be a week. Make it whenever it feels right to you. Have a great week.